Did you know that your automatic car might be silently falling apart because of simple habits you don't even realize? It's true, the way you drive could be costing you thousands in repairs. Think you're doing everything right? Think again. From minor everyday mistakes to major blunders, these habits can drastically shorten the life of your car and put your wallet at risk. Today, we're revealing the 15 biggest automatic car mistakes and how to avoid them. And don't go anywhere, because at the end, we've got a pro tip that could save you hundreds and extend your car's lifespan. Ready to protect your ride? Let's dive in. Number 1. Never put the car in park without pulling the handbrake. We've all been guilty of it. You park your car, shift into park, and simply turn off the engine without thinking twice. But here's the thing. Never rely solely on the parking pole, the small lever that locks your car in place when you park, to keep your car stationary. If you've been parking on an incline or even on flat ground, the parking pole isn't designed to bear the entire weight of the car. When you skip using the handbrake, it causes unnecessary strain on the pole. Over time, this can lead to it wearing out prematurely or even snapping. And when that happens, your car could roll away unexpectedly, putting your car and others at risk of damage. To avoid this, always engage the handbrake when parking, even if you're on level ground. It's a quick habit that will extend the life of your transmission and parking mechanism. Number 2. Shifting too quickly from reverse to drive. This next mistake might seem like a minor slip-up, but shifting too quickly from reverse to drive can put a lot of stress on your transmission gears. Here's why. When you're shifting gears, you need to give the car a moment to stop completely before changing direction. Otherwise, you risk forcing the gears to lock or struggle to mesh, which can cause internal friction and damage over time. Quick shifts like this cause excessive strain on the internal components of your transmission. This strain doesn't just wear the gears out faster, it also leads to early failure of the transmission itself. So, always make sure to come to a full stop before shifting from reverse to drive. It's a small thing that could save you from having to pay for costly repairs later on. Number 3. Shifting into reverse before coming to a full stop. This one is extremely common, but it's one of the worst things you can do to your car's transmission. Shifting into reverse before coming to a full stop can be incredibly damaging. This sudden change in direction puts tremendous stress on the transmission's components, particularly the gears. When you don't come to a full stop before shifting into reverse, you're forcing the transmission to adjust while still in motion, which can lead to slipping, grinding, and ultimately failure. If you continue doing this over time, it will significantly shorten the lifespan of your transmission. Make sure to always bring your car to a complete stop before shifting into reverse. It's a simple step, but it can prevent major transmission problems down the road. Number 4. Using the car for towing beyond its limit. Another major mistake is towing more than your car is designed for. Whether it's moving a heavy load or pulling a trailer, many drivers don't realize the strain they're putting on their transmission when towing heavy weights. Your car has a maximum towing capacity, and exceeding it can seriously damage the transmission. When you tow more weight than your car is rated for, the transmission has to work much harder to move the extra load. This causes overheating and increases friction inside the transmission, leading to a higher chance of slipping and component failure. Did you know? Towing more than your car's rated weight can overheat the transmission by up to 100 degrees, causing permanent damage in some cases. The solution: always check your car's towing capacity in the owner's manual and stay within the limits. If you need to tow regularly, consider investing in a vehicle with a higher towing capacity to protect your transmission from overheating and wear. Number 5. Driving with a slipping transmission. A slipping transmission is one of the most obvious signs that something is wrong with your car. But far too many drivers continue driving their car when it's experiencing this issue. A slipping transmission occurs when the car has difficulty shifting gears properly, often making the engine rev without the car accelerating as it should. Why is this so damaging? Well, when your transmission is slipping, it's putting extra strain on the internal components, causing friction and overheating. If you don't address the problem right away, the damage can spread to other critical transmission components. And that means even more expensive repairs. If you notice your transmission slipping, don't ignore it. Get it checked out immediately. Continuing to drive with a slipping transmission will only make the problem worse and could lead to total transmission failure, leaving you with an even bigger repair bill. Number 6. Ignoring strange noises or shifting delays. Another mistake that often goes unnoticed is ignoring strange noises or shifting delays in your transmission. If you hear grinding, whining, or clunking noises when shifting gears, that's a sign that something is wrong. Similarly, if you experience delayed shifting or rough shifts, it could indicate that the transmission is struggling. These symptoms shouldn't be brushed off as normal. They are early warning signs that your transmission is under stress. If ignored, these issues can lead to bigger problems and eventually result in complete transmission failure. If you notice any strange noises or delays when shifting, it's crucial to take your car to a professional for inspection. Catching the problem early can save you from expensive repairs down the road and ensure your transmission stays in optimal condition. Number 7. Ignoring dashboard warning lights. When you see a warning light pop up on your dashboard, it's easy to ignore it, especially if it's just the check engine light or something that doesn't seem urgent. But when it comes to your transmission, ignoring warning lights is a big mistake. There are a few lights you should never ignore. Transmission temperature light. If this light comes on, it means your transmission is overheating, and continuing to drive could cause significant damage. Oil pressure light. This signals a lubrication issue, and if your transmission isn't getting proper oil flow, it could lead to internal friction and even failure. Battery light. An issue with your battery or alternator can lead to electrical problems, which could affect the performance of your transmission. When a warning light comes on, address the issue immediately. It's your car's way of telling you something is wrong, and acting quickly could save you from more expensive repairs down the line. If you're finding these tips helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more practical car care advice. Number 8. Turning off the car before putting it in park. It's easy to fall into the habit of turning off your car and leaving it in drive or neutral without fully putting it in park. It feels quicker and easier, but doing so can cause significant issues for your transmission. When you turn off the engine before it's in park, you're essentially disconnecting the input shaft from the rest of the transmission system. While this may not lead to immediate problems, doing this regularly can result in internal damage over time. The disconnect forces the transmission components to be out of alignment, which can affect how the transmission operates. As a result, your car may experience rougher shifts, and the transmission may not perform as smoothly. This additional strain can contribute to premature wear and could eventually lead to more serious transmission issues. To prevent this, always ensure your car is in park before shutting off the engine. It's a small action that will help protect the longevity of your transmission and avoid costly repairs down the road. Number 9. Aggressive acceleration. We've all felt it, the rush of excitement when you floor the accelerator and launch your car forward. But here's the reality. Hard acceleration can seriously stress your transmission. Quick launches put unnecessary strain on your engine, transmission, and suspension system. Did you know that repeatedly accelerating hard can reduce the lifespan of your transmission by up to 50% over time? That's right. This constant strain leads to wear and tear, and soon enough, your transmission will start to struggle under the load. Pro tip: instead of stomping on the gas pedal, try easing into it and allowing the car to accelerate more smoothly. This not only reduces the stress on your transmission, but also helps improve fuel efficiency. Number 10. Shifting to park before a full stop. We've all been there, slowing down, ready to park, and the urge to shift into park before the car has come to a full stop is strong. However, this seemingly small habit can actually cause significant damage to your car's transmission. The parking pole is a small lever that locks your car in place when parked, but it's not designed to handle the force of the car still rolling, even at low speeds. When you shift into park before coming to a complete stop, the pole can wear out prematurely. In fact, studies show that nearly 15% of parking pole failures are due to shifting too early, and the damage can lead to costly repairs. If the pole breaks, your parking mechanism may fail, leaving your car at risk of rolling away, potentially causing accidents or further damage. To protect your car and avoid expensive repairs, always make sure your vehicle is at a full stop before shifting into park. It's a simple habit that prevents unnecessary strain on your transmission and ensures your car remains securely in place. Number 11. Neglecting transmission fluid changes. Neglecting regular transmission fluid changes and filter replacements can lead to costly repairs and even transmission failure. Transmission fluid acts as a lubricant to reduce friction and ensure smooth shifting, but over time, it breaks down, causing heat buildup and wear on internal components. If not changed regularly, typically every 50,000 miles, it can lead to slipping gears, overheating, and potential failure. If the fluid smells burnt or appears brown, it's time for a change. Similarly, clogged transmission filters restrict fluid flow, causing poor lubrication and more friction, which can also lead to overheating. Transmission filters last around 30,000 to 50,000 miles, and if ignored, can cause rough shifting and delayed gear changes. To avoid this, change your fluid and replace the filter as recommended in your car's manual to maintain smooth fluid circulation, protect your transmission, and avoid costly repairs in the future. Simple maintenance will extend your transmission's life and save you from expensive repairs. Number 12. Overloading your car. Another common mistake that many drivers don't consider is overloading their vehicle. You might think that just a few extra bags or heavier items in the trunk won't hurt, but this can place serious strain on your automatic transmission. When your car is overloaded, the transmission has to work harder to keep up with the added weight, leading to increased friction and heat. This extra effort can cause your transmission to overheat and wear out faster than it normally would. Before you load your car up for a long trip, check the maximum load capacity listed in your owner's manual. Avoid exceeding this weight limit to prevent unnecessary strain on the transmission. Number 13. Riding the brakes. If you've ever driven in heavy traffic, you might have found yourself riding the brakes, where you apply constant pressure on the brake pedal to slow down without fully releasing it. While this may seem like an easy way to stay in control, it's a habit that can damage both your brakes and transmission over time. The problem with riding the brakes is that it causes your car to engage in unnecessary braking. When your car is slowing down while still in gear, your transmission has to work harder to keep everything running smoothly. Over time, this can cause overheating of the transmission fluid and lead to premature wear on the braking system. To avoid this, release the brakes completely when you're not slowing down, and use engine braking when possible by lifting your foot off the gas pedal. It's a simple adjustment that reduces strain on both your transmission and brake system. Number 14. Excessive revving at high RPMs. Another issue that many automatic car owners might face is the temptation to rev the engine excessively. Whether you're trying to overtake someone on the highway or just enjoying the roar of the engine, constantly pushing your car to high RPMs is damaging. When you rev the engine too high, it forces the transmission to shift at higher speeds than it's designed to handle. This increases internal friction and causes the transmission to overheat. Over time, this overheating can break down your transmission fluid and wear down the components faster than normal. To prevent this, keep an eye on your tachometer and avoid pushing the engine to redline unless absolutely necessary. Keeping your RPMs in check ensures that your car's transmission operates smoothly and efficiently. Number 15. Ignoring fluid leaks. A fluid leak might seem like a minor issue at first, but when it comes to your transmission, it's a silent killer. Transmission fluid is essential for lubricating all the moving parts inside the transmission, and if there's a leak, your transmission could run low on fluid, which leads to overheating and eventual damage to the gears. If you notice a puddle of red or brown fluid under your car, don't ignore it. You may have a small transmission fluid leak that needs immediate attention. Leaking fluid can lead to a total transmission failure if left untreated. Getting the leak fixed promptly ensures your transmission stays well lubricated and in optimal working condition. Before we wrap up, here's an essential pro tip to protect your transmission from extreme weather conditions. Severe temperatures can have a big impact on your transmission, so it's important to be mindful of your car's needs. During extremely cold weather, always ensure your transmission fluid warms up properly before you start driving. This helps ensure smooth shifting and reduces strain on the transmission components. In hot weather, the heat can be just as damaging, so make a habit of parking your car in shaded areas or even under a roof. This simple step will help keep the transmission cool and prevent it from overheating. Over time, these habits can greatly extend the lifespan of your car's transmission, saving you from costly repairs and keeping your vehicle running smoothly. Stay on top of these little things, and your car will thank you for it. By protecting your transmission from temperature extremes, you're also preventing unnecessary wear and tear on other key parts of your vehicle. These simple practices will help you avoid major mechanical problems, making sure your car stays reliable and runs like new for years to come. Plus, Keeping your transmission in good shape will improve your overall driving experience. There you have it. Key mistakes to avoid and simple habits to keep your car in top shape. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss more essential car care tips. Thanks for watching and drive smart.